This is very much what I'm wanting to bring to us today around the feminine and the mystical opulence of the feminine. There's so much in the collective about how to manifest, right? And how to create abundance and how to be prosperous and successful. Yeah, I'm sure you're all aware of it. Yeah. A lot of the work out there is working with the programming of the mind, right? I need to program my mind, my belief system, and then I'll be able to get more, yeah, have more, acquire more, money, status, whatever one is looking for on or searching for on the outside. Mm-hmm. And this, I really feel, is a byproduct of the conditioning where there's been a rising above the feminine and a cutting off from the feminine. Because the feminine is pure abundance. She is creation. She is opulence. She is prosperity. You could call her, she is prosperity. Because when we're connected with her, where we have everything that we need, right? And the journey with the feminine, as you all know, because you're here with me, it's not about searching out there to get. It's about filling up here, right? And then there's an overflowing of creation that happens, which is deeply connected to this well of inspiration and this well of nectar and love and honey and juiciness and the connection to your soul and your service and why you're here, where there's a deeper offering of your love, which isn't about acquiring money, right? There is no trade. You're not trading yourself for money. You're not doing something to get money. You're creating something and offering something as an overflowing of your love, of your essence, of your inspiration that is going to serve humanity. And that's a natural flow of who you are. And then there's a reciprocity of resource that comes through that. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. So this trading around, it's like a split off from the feminine and a split off from soul. And a lot of very highly intuitive, soulful women really struggle to make money, right? And this is like the dilemma, because we can have these very deep spiritual gifts, but in terms of the way that the society and the world has been put together, it's very conditioned around, we need to do it this masculine way. That's how you become successful. You need to push and strive and make things happen, right? And there's a healthy balance between the masculine and feminine that's needed, because if we're only in our very deeply intuitive spiritual gifts and we have a lot to share, but we don't have that connection with our masculine energy, or we don't have the ground and the rooting of our spiritual gifts into our body and into the earth, then we'll find it challenging to actually be in the world and actually to offer what we're here to offer, right? Then the opposite of that is if we're so conditioned through the patriarchal ways of creation and we completely disconnected from our feminine, there's no nectar, there's no juice, there's no inspiration, right? With our bodies start to to close down and shut down. We're in pain. We don't, we don't have any juice left inside of us, but we're making a lot of money, right? Because we're pushing, doing. But that's not abundance, is it? Because we feel empty inside. We feel disconnected. We're not in alignment with our true purpose. Yeah, with why we're here, our longing, our yearning, our, what is really wanting to come forth, right? So there's a lot of conditioning around creation and how we put our lives together. And that's what we need to really release. Yeah. In order to feel abundant, we need to have this and have that and have this and have that. Or in order to feel safe and secure, right? Because that's often where it's coming from. We need to have a certain amount to be able to feel okay, right? So I'm just speaking about a few of these kind of layers that I'm really aware of. Another deep layer is when we as women have a wound around not enough. It's actually a wound in the feminine, not being enough or not valuing the feminine, right? Or valuing our soul gifts, right? So then that can often be a very core wound that we're really needing to meet. And once we've met that core wound, then that gets integrated back into the depth of the feminine, and then she can rise through, right? Because if that wound is operating, there's a whole lot of ways in which one can create from that place, which then creates actually more of a contraction around resource, yeah, around receiving.